Good morning and welcome, Tina, for the timely event of the day to be the co-host for the Geyer Cook Report. As you know, Kelvin is on holiday, and I'm sure he's going to listen in and look and see who filled the spot. He will not have guessed you. I would have not guessed you. So I'm glad that you came in. Happy Monday to you. A new thing we started on the show is memes, and the meme for today is with Ugly Cat in the show notes, and it's something to do with Happy Monday. And I'll leave it at that. Let you go have a look at the show notes, which, as always, I say this so I can insert the graphic. The GeyerCookReport.podbean.com will have the link to the show notes. Okay? So, on that note, we're talking refreshing the routine on Mondays. And the first thing was kind of a news item, came out Friday after I did the show on Friday, that Facebook is going to change the way that the trending feature that they use works.
Yeah.
It's no longer going to require people to write description for trending topics. If you just want to take a trending topic and slap it up in your Facebook stream, like, hey, look at this, and you don't have to write, hey, look at this, it's going to build that environment quite a bit. And it'll be a change of the routine of the people that are sharing trending topics to drive traffic to whatever. Okay? So on that subject of making traffic happen, I use a thing called an evergreen list. That is, these are posts that you can talk about your blog or your website, whatever, that will go up any month of the year. Like, you can't put up a blog that says, look for our Christmas specials, except at that time of the year, right? But if you say, go look at our blog for the latest ways to refresh the routine, that can happen any day of the week of the year. So if you make that evergreen list of social media shares, begin the campaign of building your brand, not everybody else's. Don't say, go to Facebook, go to Twitter, build your brand, your URL that you have for your products and services, and make that be a bond between your SEO efforts, and that's going to win. And so if you have the posts and the tweets, that's right, tweets, those will supplement your efforts that you're doing with SEO. So maybe your long-tailed search term is the Geyer Cook Report. Imagine that. Then you might want to do tweets or Facebook posts or LinkedIn posts using that same hashtag, that same phrase. It's a win-win. If you organize those tweets and use a post scheduler, like I use Pablo. There's Pablo, there's Hootsuite, there's a number of them. Those are going to create a win-win situation because you're going to save time and you're going to get traffic to your site. That's what it's all about. So recently in discussion, we talked about verifying your website, proving that you own the domain and that it's yours and so forth. And just as important with verifying your domain is avoid bad email reputation. If you've got a mailing list on that domain, keep it clean. A lot of people sign up and they'll put in a phony address because it's a ha-ha for them. So I recently discovered this thing called returnpath.com, and the link will be in the show notes. Like I say, the GeyerCookReport.podbean.com. And that study shows that email sender reputation, and not the content of your email, is responsible in 83% of all cases where email doesn't reach the intended recipients. One of the things I've oftentimes spotted is AOL. The wife will sign up for the mailing list on AOL, but she shares that email account with the husband. The husband will go in and goes, oh, this isn't the Geyer Cook Report. I never heard of this. I'm going to think it's spam, and they'll put you on the spam list. So despite the best efforts of one half of that relationship to subscribe and join and read your content, the other half says, nope, don't know it. So getting a way to avoid email reputation disparity, I would put that on the ways to refresh your Monday routine and look at Return Path. There's a number of paid services, and everybody's got an opinion on the paid services, which one's worth the most for the buck. So have a look at that. and now we'll do shout outs. This is my favorite part because this means I'm done with the content. And I'm headed towards that 10-minute goalpost. And if I keep my screen refreshed, we thank Fraser Ramsey from Edinburgh Dusters. As you know, I don't know if you knew this, Tina, but he's the guy. This show would not have happened if Fraser hadn't said one Thursday afternoon, you ought to do a podcast. And I'd already bought this background to do a podcast, but I was dragging my feet. I said, well, now I've got the background image. Now I've got the graphics. Let's just do it. And so we did it. The following Monday, we started the show back in, 160 plus episodes ago.
Yeah.
And so Fraser, I met as a result of being on the Friends Just Chatting group. And they're a Facebook group. Usually they're on Rabbit, RABB.IT, and that could change. So go to the Facebook group and find it for sure. And we've got the link for that in the show notes. And also contained in the show notes is a thank you to Eileen Smith. She's got a website, basicblogtips.com, and she had some tutorials on there. And I thought, gosh, this is a great graphic program. How did you make those? And she told me about Screencast-O-Matic. Guess what this is? That's right, Screencast-O-Matic. Excellent Windows screen recorder, does the job and does it right. And that's how we get the video up on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, we'd encourage you to give us a subscription, a thumbs up. That matters to somebody someplace. And as always, we say we're on the Podbean for the show notes. We've also got a feed on the Podbean. We're on Stitcher. We're on Spreaker. And if I grab the right mouse, got 3 mice, I can scroll down and see that we're on iTunes. And the feed that goes into iTunes is then like the big dog in the jungle. I don't know how many people scrape the iTunes feed and put it into different environments. So, but thank you for listening. Thank you, Tina, for showing up for chat today. If you go to the show notes, I'd invite you to fill out the Geyer Cook Report evaluation question. It's a single yes/no question. It takes you about that long to do it. And on that note, I'm going to say follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. And as I oftentimes say at the end of the show, in fact, every time, it's a wrap.